Welcome back, Bucs fans. Are you feeling Buc AF? Are you feeling Buc as you know what the F stands for? Because I'm feeling that way.
Brady's back.
All of them are back, man. Holy cow, Dave. I mean, by the way, I'm Rick Hughes. I'm one of your hosts. I'm here with dazzling David Whitescarver here next to me.
I can't get that song out of my head. Brady's back.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty awesome. I mean, all the boys are coming back. Leonard's back. Playoff Lenny is back. Lombardi Lenny.
3-year deal. That surprised me.
Well, everybody's signing a 3-year deal. So that's the thing. If Brady's gone next year, it's not this mass exodus where the team falls apart. I mean, this actually puts the Bucs in a decent position. I mean, and it's it's actually pretty cool. I mean, if Brady extends, it'll be a big deal. That'll be a big deal. But and one way or the other, guys, I don't know if you've seen it. Have you noticed who is Vegas saying is going to go to the Super Bowl from the NFC? Who is it?
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Who is it? That's right. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Plus 350.
But there's one problem. There's a very, very big problem that the Bucs face. And I want everybody to know it's time to panic. It's time to worry. It's time to panic. Every other team in the NFC South has a first-round quarterback at the helm. And the Bucs have to deal with 199 overall.
Sixth round,
199 overall, going up against all those first-round quarterbacks. I don't know what the Bucs are going to do. I mean, lots of trouble ahead, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I wonder what the winning percentage is of first-round picks.
Why don't you tell me, Dave?
513.
513 is the winning percentage of first-round picks?
In the salary cap era, yes, it is.
Gosh, I wonder what the winning percentage would be of sixth-round picks.
Oh, I know that too.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I do.
What is it, Dave?
548, which is higher than first-round picks.
So, sixth-round picked quarterbacks have a what percentage win?
548 in the salary cap era.
You, Tom Brady. Okay, and first-round quarterbacks have what winning percentage?
513. That's 51.3% for those statistics.
And I also have a little interesting statistic. If you looked back at, the last 9 Super Bowls, let's say, how many do you suppose were won by first-round quarterbacks?
I know the answer to this, but perhaps I should let our audience participate.
Well, why don't we go ahead and educate these folks? Dave, how many first-round quarterbacks have won out of the last 9 Super Bowls?
3.
3?
3 out of 9. That's 33%.
How many sixth-round quarterbacks have won out of the last 9 Super Bowls?
Say that again?
How many sixth-round quarterbacks have won out of the last 9 Super Bowls?
I forgot my notes. 4.
Now, it's not that getting a first-round quarterback doesn't help. It does. It can get you to the Super Bowls because out of the last 9 Super Bowls, 6 of them were lost. Or last 10, Super Bowls. 6 of them were lost by a first-round draft pick. So anyway, listen, here's the deal. The Bucs, Lenny's back. Chris Godwin is back. Brady's back. Guys, everybody's coming home. Everybody's coming home. I mean, we're looking at, Carlton Davis is back. We are, I think we're going to possibly, I should use the word possibly. Possibly going to lose JPP. And Ndamukong Suh, I think, is still up in the air. I think we'll have to see how the money shakes out. He always signs late. Every year he signs late. We had this conversation last year. Yeah.
There's a flurry, and then it just sort of drips and drabs, and it can take a while.
Yeah, he takes his time signing. But I mean, guys, you lose your starting left guard. The guy, he's most important on your line. You lose him, and it's time to panic, right? No. Not when you have Jason Light as your general manager. So what do you end up with, Bucs fans? You end up with a better left guard than Ali Marpet was. I'm not kidding, guys. He graded out higher. He graded out as one of the top 4, actually. I think he was 4th in left guards last year.
And it cost a 5th round pick.
5th round pick. That's what we paid. I mean, guys, it's a beautiful thing. Now, we're going to get into this. We're going to talk about all of this stuff. Let's bring in another partner in crime. Someone if you are familiar here on Bucs Report, you know this guy, Matt from OKC, Matt from Buc Wild on Saturday nights at 9:00. How you doing, Matt?
Dave, your abacus is absolutely correct. I just wanted to let you know while you were there, I was counting off beans and made sure that there was that percentage point difference that you brought out right on top. That was beautiful. So, anyway.
Yep. I mean, guys,
it's
a crazy statistic to say that thanks to Tom Brady, 6th round pick quarterbacks have a higher win percentage than 1st round pick quarterbacks
in the salary cap era.
Yeah, that's amazing.
While I was in the lobby contemplating what I might talk about, I looked up George Blanda's record for oldest player in the NFL. Brady's 45 this year, right? Going on 46.
He will be 45. Yeah.
Oh, he will be 45.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's 44 right now.
We got to sign him on for 3 more years to get past 48.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to be a punter or a kicker, I mean.
No, I don't think he does. But he did try it.
Yeah, he did actually. He did good in practice.
Video.
Yeah.
He tried kicking a little bit. That's pretty good.
That'd be hilarious.
He turns 45.
What's that?
August 3rd, he turns 45.
That'd be hilarious if they brought Brady on also as punter.
Hey, I heard he's been working on his speed in the offseason.
Yeah, well,
I got sources.
Well,
that's always important. And yeah, we're gonna have. It looks like he's not back yet, but Will Golston will be back. 10th season, I guess, with the Bucs. We lost Jordan Whitehead. That hurts. That's one of my favorite players on the Bucs is Jordan Whitehead, and
we replaced him with the New York Giant.
Yeah,
the guy's name. He was only gone a minute, and we got somebody else.
Yeah.
So,
but anyway, yeah. So anyway, to all of you out there, Eric Moreno, how you doing, brother? Ben Parrish, Eric Evans, Craig Hester, Julia Hamilton, Sean Parnell, Alex Schomber, Cadillac Coupe DeVille,
I
Harry,
love that.
Michael Colwell, Dustin Liang, and Eric Evans. I think I might have said him before. All of you guys, hello. Christopher Cole. David Turnier. How's it going, everybody? Listen, guys, it's hard to wrap your mind around everything that's gone on. It's not how we expected this offseason to go. We were all bracing ourselves. We were all prepping ourselves for, it was going to be a bad year. Look at what happened. I mean, I don't think any of us saw this coming. I mean, did either of you guys remotely think this was going to happen?
Which part of it?
Well,
all of it.
Oh, Dave's going to say, no, I had it on, an inside line. He was coming back. Yeah, I knew that.
I said he was going to retire. I didn't say for how long.
You know what? I have this sneaky suspicion.
What's that?
That it was planned this way from the get-go last year. I still think they took away his thunder, put him in the spotlight and forced him to retire because the press said he would. And he didn't tell Jim Gray he was going to retire the night before. He just woke up the next day, ate his Wheaties, and called in and said, I'm done. Well, basically, I think he said, I'm done, but wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You don't need to draft a quarterback. You don't need to go looking for a free agent. We'll talk about this in a couple of weeks. And I think Jason Light and Arians both played right along with it. Arians coming out with, oh, yeah, you can have Brady for 5-1. Sure, you can do that. We'll take that. And then the day before, the weekend that his jerseys, Tom Brady jerseys, were on sale with the NFL shop, get them out of here. I got a bazillion of them. We want to sell them all. The gray ones, pewter ones, we had all of these on special deal. By the time that ended, he was back. Yeah. I don't know. It's just a bunch of, cosmic juices all running around in a circle.
I don't know. It's been crazy. I mean, I've had a crazy a month at work. We have a month-long anniversary sale at work. That is, I'm working like crazy, and I'll look down at my phone, and there's, I'm getting off at work. I look down at the phone. There's, 50 ESPN messages, 12 CNN messages, a bunch of missed calls, a bunch of, whatever. And I look down, and it's like, oh, wow. So today it's Leonard Fournette. Okay. And, then the other day it's, oh, wow, holy cow. They traded for who? And it's so hard to believe that this stuff just keeps going on. And for the person in chat who asked, who is Russell Gage? Russell Gage is basically was the number 2 Falcons wide receiver. He's a great route runner. That's sort of his deal. Is he's just a really great route technician, much like AB was, and that's what will make him a great part of this team. He's going to slide right into that spot, and it all fits together.
Is he going to have to leave his gear on the field during the third quarter of the Jet game? Is that going to happen again? Oh. Russell Gage just giving us the nipple run.
That would be a great. That would be the nipple run. That would be a great question. Who is the player most likely to pull an AB this year?
AB.
Who would be the player? What'd you say, Dave?
I said AB.
Well, no, I mean on the Bucs.
Somebody will give him a chance.
On the Bucs, who would be the most likely to pull an AB? I think it would be Gronk. That would just be Gronk being goofy and silly and hilarious.
Yeah, but the coach doesn't have that sense of humor.
Right.
That wouldn't work out.
No, I understand. I'm like, who would have the biggest chance? And by the way, thank God it looks like no more Rojo. Finally, no more running back that can't block. Nobody's talking to him or about him. He's going to end up as a backup on a crappy team somewhere.
Cleveland.
That's if you choose not to
Atlanta.
Block, so be it. What's that?
It's at Atlanta. They're going to be challenging the Jaguars for the number 1 overall pick.
I actually think the Jags have had a very good offseason. So I think the Jags, I think the Jags are better than the Falcons.
Can I play ignorant here for a second? Did they ever announce a head coach?
Yeah, they did, and now I can't remember who it is.
Must make
there
that
you
much
go.
of a
Big
splash.
signing.
Yeah. Ben Perry says AB wants to go to the Browns. Yeah, last week AB wanted to go to the Cowboys. The problem is nobody wants him.
That Ravens deal. Lamar Jackson, I thought, was like Tom Brady with the Bucs. He's like the GM that hands out prove it contracts or not prove it contracts. So
yeah. Yeah, there you go. Christopher Cole says Rojo on another team will pull an AB. That could be.
He's running out his the 5-year plan when you're in the first round pick. You get 5 years of pay, and then that's what was cool about Chris Godwin. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see his press conference, but Chris Godwin was pretty cool about the whole thing and how he's been dating the same girl like since they were 13. And he told her when they were 13 that his dream was to make it to the NFL, win a Super Bowl, and get to that second money, get to that second contract, the money contract. He told her that when
when he was 13 years old.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, how cool was that? And it all just came true for the guy. I mean,
then what do you got to do the rest of your life? I mean, you've done everything now, so you can take time off and, I don't know, buy a sailboat, go around the world.
And how about Leonard Fournette flying up to the Patriots, meeting with the Patriots, and then flying straight back and signing his contract, I think, on the airplane on the way back.
He saw the weather.
Don't send me there. Don't send me there.
Yeah. He saw the weather.
Yeah, I think he got up there and looked around and went,
okay.
Yeah, I think he looked around and went,
hey, Brady said this place gets cold.
Yeah.
And
I'm a Dallas man.
Yeah. He was in a winter storm when he got up there too this past week. I mean, a minor one, not as bad as the one previous.
Yeah, he looked around and said, "Yeah, no, I don't want to do this. This is no good."
I don't care how many White Castles are around. I'm not going to go.
And and after all that, Brady has come back, and you look at all the other teams in the NFC. I mean, the Rams are good, of course. The Niners are good, but I don't think the Niners really have done much of anything in the offseason to get better.
Are they trying to get rid of their starting quarterback?
What? Wait, you both talked. What?
Sorry.
Go ahead, David.
I said the Rams are trying to get rid of their starting quarterback.
The Rams are trying to get rid of their starting.
The Niners.
Oh, the Niners.
The other California team.
Yeah. Okay. Garoppolo. Yeah. What were you saying, Matt?
I was wondering if Garoppolo had been settled because I hadn't.
No, he's still there.
That's a Baker Mayfield landing spot, maybe, huh? Maybe.
Well, you got Baker, you got Garoppolo, you got them both. That may be going somewhere. But Carolina's got a bunch of quarterbacks, and yet at the same time they have none. I mean, it's amazing. They've got Cam Newton. They've got what's his name from the Jets.
Hey, Drew Lock's in Seattle.
Yeah, now. Yeah, Seattle could use a Baker Mayfield or somebody. Yeah,
Baker might do well in Seattle.
Everybody there's a lot of hate for Baker Mayfield, and I don't understand it.
He does cool commercials.
He does have good commercials.
I don't see the guy as being that hateable. I mean, everybody acts like he's Johnny
Manziel.
Yeah, Johnny Manziel. And I don't see Baker Mayfield that way. I see him as, he's a young guy. He's kind of wants to have fun and whatever.
Well, when the Browns came out and said that we need an adult in the room in that department, they obviously didn't watch his game tape at Oklahoma. The guy is exactly who he showed himself to be. He's a punk that plays hard, gets in everybody's face. He's like Ryan Jensen, except the quarterback. And he's going to do whatever it needs to be done. Now, I don't know how he is off the field when you're sitting down in a classroom with him, but to me, he just looks exactly like he did at Oklahoma. He sucked until we got a decent coach for him. He got the decent coach. He did very well, and then he got broken. I mean, it's just.
Well, but isn't that? I mean, who does well with bad coaching? I mean, nobody. Nobody.
That Kitchens guy that was running the team there for a minute.
Yeah,
he was terrible.
Yeah,
but when they finally replaced him. The guy was a Pro Bowl caliber.
Yeah.
The year after that, he busted the shoulder up and then busted his other one up trying to protect the other one, the first one. And he played the whole season. How many guys nowadays are going to play with 2 rotator cuff problems that are going to have to be surgically repaired and not miss a lick?
Probably JPP.
That's about it, though. That guy's Superman. He's you can't kill him. Nobody's had any kryptonite for him.
Yeah, and then there's Brett Favre. I mean, Aaron Rodgers. Sorry. Then there's Aaron Rodgers. And I mean, has there ever been, when we're talking about the dismantling of the NFC, has there ever been a better example than what we see happening in Green Bay and how he is just not a leader? I mean, he's just not. I mean, I'm trying to stay calm. I'm trying to avoid doing a rant.
He's a deep thinker, Rick. He's very deep.
He's better. What do you think about those L's, buddy? Because I mean, do you guys realize the Packers offered their superstar wide receiver the same amount of money or a little more than the Raiders, and he still chose the Raiders?
He got tired of the cold. He's playing in air conditioning now.
You really think that's what it is? He got tired of the cold?
He got tired of the show, probably.
He got tired of the clown that is their quarterback. He got tired of this bratty. You think Baker Mayfield is a punk?
No.
How do you feel right now, all the people who voted for MVP for Aaron Rodgers this past season? I wonder what they're thinking.
All right.
Now.
That does it. Tom Brady is so much in his pinky. There is more leadership capability than Aaron Rodgers has in his entire effing body. How in the heck did this guy get MVP? The most valuable, I'm not going to tell you what the P stands for, okay? Because from my feeling, that's what I think about Aaron Rodgers. He's the most valuable prima donna. There you go. All right? He's the most valuable prima donna. That I am just amazed that this guy got the votes, and everybody goes on year after year after year about, oh man, Aaron Rodgers is so good. Really? He loses clutch games basically every year. All right. He manages to find ways to lose. He runs the top offensive talent out of the city. All right. He whines and cries and threatens and bitches like a little baby constantly, and then sits there afterwards and is like, how come there's nobody? Well, you need more offensive weapons. You had some. You priced them out of your frickin' city. Aaron Rodgers, you're a dumbass. Can I get who's the biggest dumbass for 500 if we're going to go Jeopardy? Okay, come on. You had the opportunity. You've had so many opportunities. You've been in the NFC Championship game a lot. A lot. And since you've been in, Aaron Rodgers, since you've been in the NFC, your whole career, since you've been in the NFC, Tom Brady has as many NFC championships and as many NFC Super Bowls as you do. Do you realize that? Tom Brady, MVP, most valuable prima donna? I might go with that. I've got a better word. But as far as I'm concerned, Aaron Rodgers, you're a joke. And your team's going to be a joke this year, and it's because of you. Enjoy that $50 million. Enjoy it. You can have a lot of fun with $50 million, and I'm sure you will. But this year's not going to be so fun for you or for Packers fans. Ugh. All right. Sorry, guys. Needed to get that out of my system. All right.
Feel better?
Not really. I'm still pissed. I mean, he's just a joke. Tom Brady deserved the MVP 5 times over. Look, leading passer, leading in touchdowns. They had the same record. Why did Aaron Rodgers get it? Why was everybody saying, oh, well, Aaron Rodgers deserves it? You know why?
Brady's
hired Tom Brady's greatness.
Well,
he only threw 4 interceptions. That's why.
That's all.
I'm not
and
saying
lost just as many games.
I just said that's why he only had 4 interceptions
and lost just as many games and threw fewer touchdowns.
Going forward,
good for you. Threw for less yardage.
I'm not
good
disagreeing with you at all. I'm just explaining.
No, I understand.
To explain it to you.
And he's got a really ugly haircut.
Ooh, that's hardly any.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Aaron Rodgers is not what everybody likes to pretend he is. And all of the fans who sat there all at the end of the offseason Maybe we'll get Rodgers. Maybe we'll get Rodgers. Maybe we'll get Rodgers. I would rather have Blaine Gabbert because Blaine Gabbert's not a proven loser. Aaron Rodgers is a proven loser. And it's not like 1 or 2 years. We've got a lot that backs me up. There's a lot of years. He's a proven underachiever that everybody talks about. If you put that same quarterback in a market that doesn't have the history and whatever that Green Bay has, all the fans, everything, the epic history of Green Bay. If you put him on a Detroit Lions, where's Aaron Rodgers?
He'd be just like Matt Stafford.
Yeah. And instead, what do you have? You have somebody like Tom Brady, who you don't give the MVP to, by the way. Take a crappy team like the Patriots used to be. And what happens? And then what happens? He leaves the Patriots, comes to the Bucs, who've been struggling because their quarterback throws the ball to freaking everybody. It doesn't matter what color uniform you're wearing. Okay. And what does Brady do? Turns the entire culture, turns the entire franchise around. And fans, Tom Brady turned you around. You guys don't even act the same anymore.
Got a new category for Jeopardy.
What's that?
Rick's Pricks. In tonight's Daily Double.
Yeah. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers would be the
win
Daily
Super
Double.
Bowl 45 with the Packers.
He won one. Good for him. Good for him. Yay.
Black Eyed Peas, Usher, and Slash for the halftime show.
He's won as many as Trent Dilfer.
I am impressed with Dave's little Vanity Fair cover going on here. He knows all the damn Super Bowl bands. That's pretty impressive. That is impressive.
Dave knows all. That's why everybody should pay attention to what David W. says. And if you want to find him on Twitter and find him on Facebook, that's your handle, right?
Yes, it is.
David W. says. So you can find him on Facebook, find him on Twitter. Find out what David W. says because he's always got
the
something.
guy's got answers. That's all I know.
That's right.
Always got the answers.
That's exactly right. So I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is.
So you don't think? I take it you don't think Rodgers is going to get his third in a row MVP, huh?
I'm. You know what? I try to keep my language clean, and as I talk about Aaron Rodgers, it's a battle for me to keep the language clean. I mean, this is Buc AF. This is Buc AF, and I'm trying real hard to just stick with initials here, okay? I mean,
there is one thing about the Bucs off season that I wasn't surprised about. You know what that was?
What?
Mike Evans restructured his deal for salary cap purposes.
Yeah.
And Cameron Brate. They do it every year, all the time.
I mean, Mike Evans is still getting paid the same amount. It didn't change any of that. They just shifted some money around. And
when's his last payment? Like 2080?
I don't know. He's
like
probably paying the Buccaneers to play this year, but then they'll pay him twice as much next year or something. I mean, it's crazy. It really is crazy. But you gotta, I have much respect to that dude.
I was surprised with Fournette getting 3 years, but I guess he wanted the security.
Well, that's the thing, man. They're sending everybody for that this time.
They're sending all the fans 2-year tickets. You can't buy a 1-year ticket unless you're already a holder.
Let's talk about that, okay? Listen, here's the deal. This is for all the fans who are mad that the Buccaneers are demanding that you have a Florida driver's license if you want to sit in the lower bowl, and that you've got to buy 2 years of season tickets. If you're complaining, I have a solution. Don't buy one. There's your answer. There's your answer. I mean,
you took a man who could get his income tax and go down and buy a yearly season ticket for him and his kid and forced him to put that money in the bank or in cryptocurrency and hope that it doubles before the season starts.
This is the NFL. It's not the NFL when we were kids. I had season tickets back in like 1980 and 79. And when you spent $10, $15 a game, it's not that NFL anymore. Okay.
They also make payment plans. So
everybody was like, oh, boo-hoo, I can't afford it. It's funny to me, the same people, and I'm about to get political, the same people who will bitch about the free market establishing the price of the tickets are the same ones who will say, oh, I hate what Russia's doing. Welcome to capitalism, folks. Welcome to the free market. If people will pay it, they're going to charge it. That's how it works. So I'm sorry you can't go. It's not their job. It's not the Tampa Bay Buccaneers organization's job to make it available for you to get season tickets. That's not how it works.
Is this going to be our first?
It's not about you, boo. Huh?
Our first dual rant show.
Yeah, well, it's not about you. It's not. Everybody makes it about them. I can't afford those tickets. Okay.
Well, not okay.
I can't either. Okay. I can't afford them either.
What you do is you buy them and then you sell half of them off because you're not going to go every week and recoup your money. There's ways to make it work. It's just the initial hit.
But then maybe you just don't get them. Maybe you just buy a game or two here or there. You do the best you can. Okay.
I agree with you.
I'd
love to go see
this whole. It cracks me up. Old men, we're all old men here, but old men bitching about, I can't afford to take my grandson to all these games anymore, and they're the same guys who would, who are like, oh, these kids, they always think everything is owed to them. This isn't owed to us. You go if you can afford it. You don't go if you can't. That's how it works. I'm working extra hours. I'm busting my butt. I'm doing all this at work. Why? Because I kind of I like the job. I need the job. I have to do what I got to do. It's, I'm tired. It's a rough month, but okay. I got a good job. I'm happy. But everybody wants to complain about stuff all the time. Like it's owed to them and I can't do this or, stop it, man. Stop it.
We have some breaking free agent news.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't make it show.
Who is it?
William Golston
signed.
Will Golston has signed. Okay. We knew he was about to.
He's agreed. He didn't say he's signed yet. He's agreed to a new deal that will keep him in Tampa Bay for a 10th season.
All right. Excellent. So Will Golston has agreed. Welcome back. Andrew Faubert says, am I allowed to complain because my currency sucks and I'm paying season ticket prices for nosebleeds against the Jags? Asking for a friend. Hey, Andrew. I'm going to send you the link. If you want to come on, you are welcome to do that. Hold on here. I'm going to send you the link. So just be looking for that. Might take me a second, but I will get it there. Dave, start talking.
Well, William Golston, the band is getting back together. It's just amazing what one Tom Brady utterance can do to change the outlook of a franchise now twice. So,
yeah, you're right.
How many wins do we think the Bucs, based on what we know now? Yes, maybe Gronkowski doesn't come back. But,
of course, Gronk's coming back. It's not even a question. They're literally doing
how many wins are we looking at based on that grueling schedule that we have? How many wins are we talking?
9 wins, I think.
No, 12.
12.
Go through this with me. I went through this today. You know what? We looked at the schedule at the end of last year and thought, oh my God, this is brutal. Okay? I'm going to go through the 2022 season with you guys, okay? And you tell me what are wins and what are losses, because it's changed since free agency, okay? First, now let's go through the home games. The Rams and the Bengals. We split that. Is that fair?
The Rams and the Bengals?
Yeah. Both of them at home. We'll win one, we lose one.
Yeah, we're going to
lose
to the Rams again.
All right,
I
so
think we won them both.
What'd you say?
I think we won them both.
Okay, but let's not just be homers.
No, I'm not. I think we won both of those games.
Okay.
I think the Rams are going to be fat and happy, and the Bengals were a bit much.
You keep track of what you're saying. You keep track of yours. All right. Everybody keep track. Now, Green Bay. I think that's a win.
Of course.
Kansas City.
Quarterback.
Kansas City. Let's call it a loss. All right. Now, Seattle, followed by the Ravens. 2 more wins. Followed by the Panthers, the Saints, and the Falcons.
Got that.
Okay. So that's 7 of the 7 wins at home. Now let's go to our away games. First 2 away, are the Cardinals and the Niners. Again, let's call it a split.
I agree with that.
Pittsburgh is going to suck. They have no quarterback.
Yeah,
that's a win. The Browns.
That's a lock.
Okay. The Cowboys, let's call it a loss. Now you've got the Panthers, the Saints, and the Falcons again.
You lose one of those 3 at the end of
That's 12 wins.
Okay.
This year looked horrible. But now, does Green Bay look that tough? Now, does Seattle look that tough? All of a sudden, the Panthers, Saints, and Falcons are it's kind of taking a week off. Pittsburgh all of a sudden became easy. The Browns, they're not going to have a quarterback.
If you're all these teams, you're looking at the Bucs on your schedule. You're not sitting there ticking that off as a win, a certain win.
No, when you look at the Bucs, most of them are going, okay, that's a loss.
But I want to know what the over and under is for Patrick Mahomes allowing Brittany and his brother to show up for the Bucs game.
Holy smokes.
It's a good question. You're
talking about Britney Spears and his brother, or David?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No, his wife.
Brittany, his girl, his wife.
Oh.
So here's the thing. If we look at the schedule, which guys, I'm telling you at the beginning, it looked brutal. Okay. It did. It looked like it was going to be like, holy crap. When you looked at it, you thought Rodgers and Devontae Adams and Green Bay. All right. And you looked at Russell Wilson and company. They're never easy. All right. You're looking at the teams. You're like the Saints. The Saints will they're good for a split at best. All right. And now you're looking at them and it's like, really?
And the Rams aren't as strong as they would be if Aaron Donald comes up and says he's retiring like they've been talking about. They let Von Miller go. So there's the 2 big guns on the defensive line that cost us problems.
Yeah, and they lost.
OBJ's still a free agent.
Yeah, OBJ is not there. They lost another one of their wide receivers.
So that's not the same team.
Guys, this year went from holy crap, this is going to be very difficult to I'm not sure how tough this is going to be. I mean, Robert Woods. Thank you, David. Robert Woods is also gone from there. I mean, the Rams have taken a hit, and the Bucs just keep getting better. And guys, I just call it a gut feeling. Other than Gronk, I think we're going to have another free agent or 2 that wasn't even on the team last year. I think we're going to have some other folks come in who are going to ring chase. And let me tell you something. Is there any better place to be right now to ring chase than Tampa, where you've got the great Tampa weather, you've got the greatest quarterback of all time, and you're in the NFC, and everybody else good went to the AFC?
Well, the Bills, the Chargers, the Bengals all got better. That's going to be interesting to watch who comes out of the AFC.
The Raiders got better. The Chargers got better. The Bills got better. The Chiefs didn't get better.
No, their window is closed.
Well, they got Smith-Schuster.
Oh, that's true. You're actually correct. They did get that. They're
going to lose. They're going to lose that safety of theirs. That
Tyrann Mathieu. Yeah, but they already had his replacement. I mean, but the thing is, guys, the AFC West looks brutal.
I still think the Broncos finish last.
What's that?
The Broncos are going to come in last.
Well, maybe. Yeah, maybe. But I mean, somebody has to, and somebody with a really good quarterback has to come in last. I mean, and Eric Harnett says, "Can we finally get Adrian Peterson
as a coach?
Do we want to?
Do we?
Yeah. Do we want to get him? Hold on. Let's add more trouble. Let's add more trouble. Hey, brother, how you doing, Mr. Andrew Faubert?
Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight?
Good. So what's the bitching about your currency and crap?
For a friend?
Gentlemen, no, I was just basically saying with my currency and stuff like that, I'm paying season ticket prices just so I can get the last available seat at Raymond James Stadium. Am I allowed to complain a little bit?
No, you're not even freaking American.
Oh, perfect. All right. I'm complaining as a foreigner in this case.
We've already discussed, I've had a show where we covered Canada.
Yeah.
We have a place called Face Smashed In Buffalo Jump or something like that.
Yeah.
You've got a city called, or an area called Head Smashed In Buffalo Jump.
I was going to say the one that's actually close to me, I actually drove past since that video. So, and I was just like, oh shit, Rick was here.
Which one was that?
It was the one of them was in Alberta, and I'm pretty sure it was the elk Buffalo Jump.
Yeah, Smashed In Buffalo Jump. Yeah.
They apparently ran them off the edge of the cliff to save on arrows, which makes sense to me.
Oh no, they ran after. Yeah, and there was.
It offended the other Canadian. That's
I don't even remember the whole story.
Oh, that guy. Yeah,
that crazy Canadian dude at the time. I miss him.
I sometimes do.
Yeah,
he moved to Dildo. That was it.
Yeah, that's right, Dildo, Canada. If you don't believe me, that is a town, folks. Look it up.
Google it, baby.
But, speaking of Googling it, I don't have to Google, I guess, because I just heard while I popped in. We got Golston back here on the Bucs.
We got Golston back. Yeah. I mean, you know Gronk is coming back eventually. It's just right now they're not going to sign him because we don't have the salary cap space, and they'll work out the things they have to work out and shuffle things around to see who we can get in the meantime and blah blah blah.
We have to.
Evans is getting paid to like 2080 or something.
Yeah. No, we have to bring back Gronk because that number 27 pick that we have, like,
not even a question.
There's a very good tight end in this draft, and I don't want to take another tight end in the first round again.
There's no question. Yeah, and thank God that one's gone. By the way, speaking of addition by subtraction, goodbye. Goodbye. I almost said OBJ. Goodbye,
OJ Howard.
OJ Howard.
Yeah.
To Buffalo.
Is he gone?
Shuffling off to Buffalo.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, he's with Buffalo.
We finally don't have to hear about him anymore. Well, you missed it because no one cares.
We might, though. He's another target for Josh Allen, though he's going to be the second tight end like he was in our system. The way that Buffalo does play, he might actually.
We'll see how that works out. Yeah. We've watched it. I hope the best for the guy. I do, but
he missed an opportunity here. He really did.
I'm drawing a blank on his name, but we had a tight end that we took in the second round a few years ago that left and kind of phased out in the league, and we all, a few fans too, thought he was going to be the next best tight end.
OJ Howard was the last tight end we took in a draft that everybody said was going to be amazing.
I want to say it was like Ricky Seals, or I think he went to the Jets or something like that.
I have no idea.
Donovan Peoples-Jones, or it was another. We had a tight end a few, like say 10, maybe 15 years ago. There it is in the comments.
ASJ. That was before. That was way before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Safarian Jenkins. That was like, that was what, 10 years ago?
Yeah. Just another one of those players where he was drafted high or drafted to be actually something in our system, and he just couldn't make it. He maybe had a couple of games with another team, and then it just
No, he actually was a drunk.
Yeah, Kellen Winslow Jr., who I think is probably in prison now.
Yeah, and he deservingly just he should rot there. So
Kellen Winslow Jr.'s kid, they drafted him, so he goes and buys a ninja bike. He's never been on one before. He pops a clutch and damn near kills himself on the parking lot. That was like 3 things happened in the same day. Got checked, got a bike, got a broken whatever, and he never was the same since. What is it with these kids? It's like what the hell, man? Don't you realize?
What's the matter with kids these days?
Well, think about it, man. I mean, Jameis Winston put $30 million on the table over getting LASIK, and he wouldn't get it done, so he lost his job.
No. That's not what happened. Let's
what
not
happened?
change history. He wasn't legally allowed to get it until he was 21 or whatever.
My point is,
he couldn't get it until he left.
Yeah.
But let's not make LASIK like it's that big of a deal.
I actually forgot
LASIK
about
was
that.
not
Thank you,
the
Rick.
problem. Okay, decision making was the problem. If he could LASIK his brain,
these things.
yeah, okay. If he could LASIK his brain, maybe that would help.
Well, no, his decision making was terrible. But when he threw more than 25 yards down the field, he wasn't throwing to a person; he's throwing it to a spot because he couldn't see that far. He couldn't see. FSU was in the national championship game. He couldn't see the sideline to get the damn plays in. He's squinting like a little man. He's 20-something years old. So if you know you're blind,
so he had bad eyes, but he won a national championship. While we're talking about it, he did win a national championship.
Yeah, he did. That was a fun year too.
It wasn't by himself though. That team.
No, it never is, Matt. Who's won a national championship alone?
Joe Davis.
Wait,
You know?
Vince Young is the answer.
Okay. You actually came up with one, Andrew.
I was actually thinking of that one drive.
Yeah,
where the guy was like,
Vince Young
Vince Young.
He did win a national championship alone. I think you're probably right about that.
USC's backyard, no less.
Yeah,
That's right. He basically Elway'd himself. Like that whole drive was him. Like it was a young version of Elway. Like it was a very, very fun game too.
That was a great game to watch.
Hell's
yeah.
The point I'm trying to make is when you come in out of college and they offer you a first-round contract and you get all this big-ass money and stuff, use your head. Not as a freaking telephone pole basher. Use your freaking head. I mean, it doesn't.
That wasn't
make
his strong point. That was not his strong point.
No.
Most of these guys, it's not their strong point. When you're throwing millions of dollars and you're basically a kid just out of college, it's not.
How smart would you have been at that point?
Not me.
Oh, I would have smoked up whole the damn half of Miami.
Yeah,
that would have been me. Right?
Yeah. Which, by the way, I was thinking about the Falcons, and I'm wondering how many more of the Falcons have rushed out and placed bets this week. You know, they're all out there placing bets. Go, please suspend me. Please suspend me. Did you see Russell Gage? On his Instagram or whatever when they got rid of Matt Ryan or whatever, he was just kind of he put up this GIF of him laughing, of somebody laughing.
Atlanta's in rebuild, man. Atlanta's in rebuild. But okay, wait. What if I'm not mistaken? The FSU title was won. That was against Oregon, right?
Yes,
I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
So that was Mariota versus Winston.
I think it was Auburn.
So now we get Mariota versus Winston. We got like very ticked off Mariota with his own little squad now versus Jameis Winston and his little squad. That's kind of cool in our conference, I guess.
Jameson's signed yet though.
Jameson's signed his
2 years.
28 with 21 guaranteed or something like that. 24 with 21 guaranteed.
Yeah,
he got paid. Congratulations.
Jameis got paid. Good for him. Yeah, and I'm happy for the guy.
Very
good
happy.
for him. He's got 2 years where he's making decent money. He's whatever. That's good for Jameis. I don't hate Jameis. I'm just glad he's not our quarterback.
Actually, he beat Auburn. I think Oregon was their first BCS game.
Okay.
Okay. That's what it was.
That's the one where Jameis threw the ball over his shoulder, falling down, right?
Yeah. I believe that's what it was. And if I'm not mistaken,
I don't remember the play, but I completely believe it.
I remember that game. That was a fun game. Watching the Chip Kelly offense there with Marcus Mariota, that was really fun. And if I'm not mistaken, David, that was the first year that they did then the four teams in the playoffs then, right?
Pretty close there, yeah.
That would have been right around that sweet area, I do believe, because that's where it should.
Dave's checking. He'll pull that up.
Yeah, it should have been FSU versus Oregon for the
you
title.
got those. You hear Dave.
It's not just bubble wrap in his lap, right?
Yeah.
He's actually doing something.
I just want you to know, but while I've been searching, I have also coded something. Just like
Yes, exactly.
I've just closed down Citizens Bank.
By the way, I did. Yeah. He's like, and at the same time, I did someone's taxes. But
oh, hey, I need to do that tonight too, David. Could you do? Oh, thank you.
I use TurboTax too, man.
Oh man, fun stuff. But yeah, I mean, guys, the Bucs are back. Everybody's back. I mean, it's hard to believe. I didn't see it coming. What's that?
We're on a mission from God.
Yeah. Well, it's. I mean, you gotta you. Everybody here and in chat, I want you guys to put down what you think. I mean, what do you guys think the record's going to be this year? And don't say 20-0. We went through that crap last year. Stop it.
I still love Fred for it. That's why I put 19-0 in the chat for Fred. That was Fred.
He does believe it.
He does, and he for a little bit there, a lot of people were on his train, right? So
right, yeah. And then,
but I also agree. We're not going to. If we have an unbeaten season, I'm pretty sure me and Rick will just sit here and say, I'm sorry for a whole hour straight. Be like, I'm sorry, we're wrong.
And we'll party the entire time.
Yeah, exactly.
Having said that, come on, guys.
Okay, I have an answer. FSU Auburn was the last one where it wasn't the four teams. It was 2014 was the first year.
Okay.
It was 4 teams.
Oh, okay. So they just played
Ben
each other.
Cornett says 12-5. That's exactly what I said. Thank you, Ben.
11-6.
That's exactly what I think. 12-5. I think that's reasonable. Alec, why are you saying ouch? 12-5 is a good year. It's our second best year ever. Why ouch?
And it'll get us the banner.
Yes, easily.
See what's happened to the Bucs? We used to be all like, well, maybe this year we'll go 8-8. By God, we're going to get 8-8. And now we're, oh shit, we don't get 14 wins. We suck.
Yeah, how dare you? 15?
Yeah.
That is 16.
Fred Swayze saying, I never think the Bucs will lose.
100%.
Well, okay, bravo and props to you as a fan.
Yep.
You might not think the Bucs will lose.
We got to have one every time, though.
But
every
they're going to.
Yes.
Okay, every week, pick them. I got it, no problem. But come on. I mean, look at the schedule, guys. We went through this last year with everybody with the expectations. We're going to go undefeated. I mean, we went through this last year, guys. Here's the thing. Try as fans. I get fan means fanatical and all of that. But this is how we end up with all the ridiculous crap that gets said on Twitter and on Facebook and everything is everybody just says, oh, okay, it's, you know, whatever. You listen, they're not going 15-2 this year. All right. They're playing a lot of tough teams. What's that?
I said, by golly, they're going to try, though.
But they're going to try. And the thing is this, let's all just have fun. Whatever happens, you know, let's go along for the ride. Good, bad, or ugly. Let's all be fans of the team again. Instead of it just being all Tom Brady, let's all try and go back to being Buccaneers fans again. You know, try to.
No, Matt.
I mean, I think it'd be nice if we could all be Bucs fans again and know that while Tom Brady's great and it's fun to have him here, you know, it's probably the last year. Let's keep an eye forward and let's see what's going to happen. And who knows? But I think we're going to have another free agent or two come in here. Does anybody have anything anybody you guys think is going to end up here that was not on the team last year?
Julian Edelman.
Come on.
We need that eighth.
He's the only person. He's the only person ever brought up on any of these shows that actually has worse knees than me.
He's working out with Brady and Gronk.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm kind of with David. Like, if we're just bringing up like Edelman's name, I honestly think they would put him on the practice squad. They would keep him there. It would be this just seems now this season like something that's gonna happen, Rick.
They're growing him to be a coach. How about that?
They're he's gonna unretire somebody from the old Patriot days and ask them to come play for the Bucs too. Like,
he already got
Randy Moss.
His guard.
Can still run.
That's true.
He got the guard.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he doesn't need. He's not.
No. Now he wants his receivers. Yeah, he's gonna want.
It's not gonna happen. If you want, it's gonna be what's his name, James White or somebody like that, or
He sadly got re-signed, but that's what I had thought too. Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, honestly, I think if it's going to be anybody, it's going to be Julio. I think Julio would come in as the number 4 receiver. You know, I mean, and when Mike Evans goes down. And Mike Evans will go down this year with hamstring problems.
No.
Okay, when Mike Evans goes down with hamstring problems,
the inevitable.
Be nice to throw Julio Jones in there.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I want one more receiver. Daniel says Tyrann Mathieu.
I'm on that train.
That could be. That's
he could take
not
the
a
Richard
reason.
Sherman spot, the guy who plays 2 games and then becomes a coach. I mean, that's how.
Why is everybody so mad at Richard Sherman like he did the Bucs wrong?
I'm not.
He came in, gave everything he had, did his best.
I don't have a problem with it. We knew it when we bought him that he was too old.
But he's got a 44-year-old quarterback.
I understand.
Andrew, go ahead.
Difference.
No,
go ahead, Andrew.
I didn't even mean to. I was just like, I agree. Like, what did Richard Sherman do? He came in, he was on the sideline. He actually was coaching up the corners. Like, they may not have performed like they did in the Super Bowl year, but our corners dealt with massive injuries. Yeah. Like, our 3-headed monster was beat up.
If he was on the field just that one play, he probably would have caught Curly Cup or whatever.
Cooper Cup. Cooper, do you realize how good Cooper Cup is?
I don't care. We had one job. One damn job.
And no one has been able to do. No one last year could do that job.
Okay, because he finally had the receiver, the quarterback.
Yeah,
and that's what we saw with Evans and Godwin too. Like that's why we won a Super Bowl. That's why we were basically unbeatable.
We weren't going to beat the Rams that day. It wasn't going to happen.
Will you stop it?
That's just silly. That's just.
Well, that's the thing though. Is we did and. And I will never ever judge Todd Bowles for that play calling that he did at the end of the game, because that style of play calling won us a Super Bowl and has kept us at least relevant for the last 2 years and has won us some games that we definitely.
It was a zero blitz and 2 guys stood there. How is that the defensive coordinator's fault?
No, it was bad communication. And guess what, guys? Guess what? On every team at some point, it happens. It just happened at a really bad time.
So do you want to go cut Winfield now because he's the one who didn't technically make that play? Hell no.
No, he should have been one-on-one with the guy. It should have been 2 guys. Under and over. Be
completely honest, that is one of the things, like as much as I also want Tyrann Mathieu, the one thing I could randomly see us taking in the draft is another one of those safeties, because they
still almost got to him.
Yeah.
With 2 guys not rushing, they still almost got to the quarterback, missed him by a millisecond.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, guys.
The Rams kicker shorted a 40-yard field goal. I mean, I just don't see this.
Do you see Tom Brady falling that far behind regularly? No. I mean, stuff happens in games. Okay. Yeah. Matt Gay sucks in Tampa?
Head? I mean,
what a shock. Matt Gay sucks in Tampa. I'm totally shocked.
He goes to the Rams, and now he's got a ring. Yeah.
But he sucked when he came back to Tampa. He can't kick in that stadium.
And I think it was just the youth, honestly, with him. Some of those kickers just need time, and I know it's all like the mental, and I know you're not going to get that type of time with, say, like a championship caliber team like the Buccaneers. But I mean, you look at the Bengals with McPherson there from Florida. He was a late round pick and stuff like that, and he's been able to flourish because the pressure wasn't necessarily there. He's allowed to make his mistakes. Yeah. Now he's arguably one of the better ones. And same thing with Matt Gay.
Stuff happens, okay?
Well, you're only as good as last season or the last game.
You're
only as good as the last game or the last season, and they gave Matt Gay
last season. Yes, last game. No. Otherwise, you're going to give it to Tom Brady.
No, but I'm talking about Matt Gay. Matt Gay was given an opportunity here in Tampa to take his place and be the guy, and he couldn't pull it off. Then he gets traded to the Rams. And maybe it's the indoor, maybe it's the weather.
Yeah, it's easier to kick indoors.
Yeah. So
and it's the same thing with Ryan Suckup too, right? Suckup kind of sucked on some of those other locations he was at, and then all of a sudden he comes and he gets a little bit of consistency with the Buccaneers, right? Now he's a top 5, top 10 kicker in the whole league, right?
Well, it's because he didn't have to kick that much.
Well, isn't he a free agent? Isn't he a free agent, or is
I
he?
hope so.
I think he's still.
Or it's not guaranteed money. That's what it is. It's a way we can clear cap space. Is you cut him, and you can clear cap.
And Pinion, but you don't necessarily like. We all saw what happened with our special teams. I'm still totally okay with throwing money on the special teams. I'm also okay with getting a couple more 6th and 7th round picks and grabbing those same guys that we have on our special teams right now that we got from the draft last year.
Yeah, that's the weakest part of this franchise.
By far. And it's not. It's middle of the pack to the 20s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not the worst. We definitely have improvements, but we've definitely shown what we can be. Just need some more guys in there.
Yeah.
Course.
Returners need to get this concept. When you catch the ball, you run forward.
Don't fall forward. Run forward.
You
look for that small gap. You got to run to the gap, not to the guy.
Well, you've just got to run forward.
Just run forward and be an improvement.
Yeah, every one of our returners seems like when they're catching the ball, they're like leaning, what do they call it? Too far forward over your skis?
Yep.
Yeah. They're all leaning forward and falling as they're running forward. I mean, it's not a good look. Weird. Yeah, it's weird.
But this is the Bucs. We didn't have a special team touchdown for 30 years? It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
We didn't have one until it happened.
Well, we didn't have a kick return, right?
Wasn't it Mickens that did it though? Mickens did it, right?
Yeah.
Well,
wait, who'd you say?
No, it wasn't Mickens.
It wasn't Mickens. It was
way back. It was.
Oh my gosh!
Back. 5 years ago.
Hold on. Why can't I think of somebody in chat? I'll know his name. Who ran the kickback?
Yeah, who's the
Dave?
Yeah,
come on.
Somebody
someone in the chat. People like that in the chat too. They're
Spurlock,
like,
Michael Spurlock. Thank you, David. Thank you, David.
Now this is
David Turnier. Yeah, Michael Spurlock is the guy who ran it. Run, Michael, run, Michael, run, Michael, run. Speaking of which, this is the last year for Gene Deckerhoff.
Isn't that sad?
In the radio booth for the Bucs.
Yep.
This is the final year of his contract, and he has said this is it for him.
Guess I'm coming down to Tampa.
Yeah, what a great we have been blessed. That guy is really good, and we've been blessed. It's probably time, but I know that's sacrilege for me to say. But look,
I will say he's put on at least 1 pound for every year he's been under contract.
Wow. You don't say that about the legend. How dare you?
So have I, Matt. So have I. But, oh, well. What can you do?
On the whole kick return thing, just to get back on that, I've been kind of looking at this whole, you know me when I do the mock draft thing. I don't know how you feel about that, Rick. I know. But, like, in reality, what I do
we all know how much I love mock drafts.
Oh, I know.
I put the mock in mock drafts.
Yeah. I like that, actually. I like that. The Buccaneers do need to get another running back. Like, we do have Leonard Fournette. We do have Vaughn.
Is Giovanni Bernard still around?
I do think he's a free agent still.
Okay.
But he's kind of I think he got a little banged up last year where they might look to get a different type of passing back. And why not develop one in your own system and in the draft? Like,
well, you do have Fournette and Vaughn. So what
I'm saying though is they need to go because of that kick returner, right? I like what David and Matt were kind of saying, and where you need someone to go up the middle. You need someone on that kick return who's going to
someone who's not going to be afraid.
And in my opinion, even if you go watch the tape, I think the Buccaneers would have to trade up a little, like in the second, like late second, maybe early third to get him. But that Florida running back Dameon Pierce, he's an all down back. He may not see all the downs, but they could put him in the return game, and you watch. He's going to be something fun if the Buccaneers actually do get him.
He'll go upfield.
I know
who do you guys think is going just right now? Andrew, you're the guy for this.
Okay.
Who do you think they're going to draft in the first round?
At 27?
Yeah.
If they keep number 27,
do you think they're going to? Jason Light doesn't tend to trade a lot.
Nope.
But I could see him trading down to pick up another pick because we lack picks.
Just because Johnny would like this too. The Travis Jones to Buccaneers hype is real. He's the Connecticut defensive tackle, defensive lineman. I do like that pick. It kind of matches with the way that the Joe Tryon was, hinted at and then, never talked about and then all of a sudden came to light.
Right.
But that Zion Johnson, the offensive lineman, is just it's a piece to the puzzle that you can develop with Tristan Wirfs. And it's a guard, center, tackle mix that a lot of teams around that pick, like Cincinnati and Miami, are probably going to try and trade up for. If I'm Tampa, I just take them.
I have bad memories of in the NBA. Wasn't there some guy named Zion who was like the first overall pick who just
Brian
absolutely
Williamson.
sucked? Yeah.
This
He got
one is
injured, I think.
not.
Even less than Jonathan Isaac.
Yeah, he just totally, I mean.
But also,
He
what
was
you're
supposed
saying,
to
Rick,
walk on water, and he just sucked.
right? What you're saying, Rick, though, I do think the Buccaneers would trade back to get maybe a second round pick because
Would they trade up? See, I could see them
You
trading up.
have the capital to do that, though.
If they're
Yeah,
going to
they don't
trade
really
up,
have anything.
they would
You got
trade
1
up
through
for
4 and
someone.
then 2 sevens. What are
They
you
would
gonna
trade up for someone like Ojabo, and you'd
Well,
only
no,
be
that's
going
what I
after,
think
like,
you
the
do is you
Bills.
trade
Yeah.
up and you get rid of picks from next year, or you work that angle because you're in win now mode.
I don't necessarily think they would have to give up too much for Ojabo because I know Ojabo got the injury. We've seen now that ACLs take 6 months, and it's like 99% of the time they're all coming back now. Like we've seen the AP thing as well. So if he starts falling, I want to keep him
Did you
away
say
from
AB?
AP. Adrian Peterson.
Oh, okay. They said AB, and I'm like, well, he still hasn't
no.
had that surgery yet. That's so important that he has to get, right?
Ixnay under ABC. I could definitely see them going up for Ojabo because he's that Michigan product that was definitely going to be like at 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And you want to keep him away from someone like Cincinnati or the Chiefs or any of those other teams that you're inevitably going to have to play in the playoffs because that guy's going to be possibly the
Well, you're
next
not going to have to play them in the playoffs.
Well, unless you're going to the Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, that's one game. I don't think you're worried about that. I really
but
don't.
also just other teams in general. Like Tennessee, I can almost guarantee you is being like, Ojabo, you're coming here right now. And any team already knows they're probably going to have to trade with Tennessee to get him. So
yeah. Now,
where are they at?
I know the Panthers
right
are
in front of
looking
us.
to now. This is not for the Bucs. Bucs fans, simmer down. Simmer down.
Simmer down,
Okay.
Sparky.
Listen, I know the Panthers are looking at getting or possibly trading Christian McCaffrey. Now, I'm not saying to the Bucs that's not going to happen. Everybody, stop now before you get started. Stop. Okay, he's not going within the same division. Stop it. So, I guess my point is there any team in the NFC who's going to come close in the NFC South that's even going to come close to the Bucs? I mean, honestly, and guys, y'all know I'm pretty realistic about stuff. I mean, I can divorce myself of the emotion of it and come up with this is how many games I think they're going to win. I'm pretty good at that, and I can tell you, guys, the Bucs have by far won free agency. Okay. We've had the best free agency of any team at all, period. All right. We won free agency. And I just don't see any NFC South team even coming close. I mean, we won it by 4 games this year? And
I quit paying attention. It was
the question is, are we going to win it by more than 4 this year? I mean,
probably the best team, oddly enough, even though they've got salary cap problems, is the Saints because they're going to get Michael Thomas back.
Sure.
And I just don't see them losing Peyton and getting better as losing Peyton as their coach. But by default, it ain't going to be the Panthers and the Falcons are going for the number 1 pick. I mean, it's just it's a dumpster fire behind the Bucs. But the Saints are probably the best of the remaining team. I mean, Winston will be okay.
Christopher Cole saying the Saints could be scary. I just don't see it. We don't even know anything that they got new coaching, and I know they were the coordinator, but guys, Sean Payton was something special. Okay, I hated the dude, hated him, but he was that good.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
so the other different situations that we've seen around the league, right, is the Belichick tree and the Andy Reid tree. They all have to go to these different locations because Bill Belichick is still there and Andy Reid is, well, I mean, he's jumped from place to place, but he's still inevitably there. With with Dennis Allen, he's gotten to be around Sean Payton for years. Sean Payton's kind of like given him an adaptation of his own offense for him to turn into his own offense for the NFL.
He's still got to make decisions. He still has to motivate the team, and the people have to coalesce around him. And people are not going to believe in him like they believed in Sean Payton. Where look, when things start going bad, when he makes a bad decision, people are going to not rally like they would with Payton. With Sean Payton, knowing, well, you got Sean Payton, he'll make up for that. It's going to be different, guys. When the struggles come, and keep in mind, our whole division is basically playing almost the same schedule. All right. So they've got a tough schedule too.
Oh yeah.
All right. So you really think the Saints?
I mean, you can quote me on it too. And and you know me, I hate even like trying to pump any tire of any person that exists in the state of New Orleans, whatever. But I know it's not a state, it's a city, whatever. I do think the Bucs can go 11-6, 12-5. That's the range that I do say. I think the Saints could go 10-7 at that point, 9-8 being at least. And I only think it's because, and I really hate saying this too, I think it's just the familiarity with Jameis Winston in that system, respectively, and with the players that he already knows. And I do think that more than likely the Saints are going to use their first round pick to get another wide receiver, which just allows Jameis to have a plethora of,
Excuse me.
Go, Dave.
1 hour ago, top free agent Taron Armstead, New Orleans Saints offensive tackle, signs a 5-year, $75 million deal with the Dolphins.
Very good pick too,
They're going to have a lot of players that are doing that. Cam Jordan is too expensive to keep.
He's still under contract though.
But that's the thing. I mean, we can sit here and say, well, he was on staff and Sean Payton personally chose him to take his place. Okay, but he's not Sean Payton.
True.
The Saints
Sean Payton was a special deal. I mean, he had the ability
100%.
I don't know.
Defensive players to hit people in the knees. That's something.
I was going to say he had a little cash to help with that if you do technically, but
that was who was that defensive coordinator at the time? He went on. I think he came from Philly or went to Philly.
Oh man,
I can't remember the name.
Who was the Bounty Gate coach?
Sean Payton. Sean Payton.
No, he was the head coach, but it was the defense.
It was the defensive coach there. Yeah,
some coordinator that was paying out the fines.
Yeah,
I mean, or paying out the players. I can't remember. He came or went to Greg Williams. Thank you, Ben.
Williams, yes.
Thank you, Greg Williams. It was Greg Williams. Thank you, Ben Cornett. Alvin Kamara, I believe, is going to play Fred. He's only 26.
No, it's the charge that he got in Vegas.
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot. I forgot about that. He's going to get suspended. Yeah, guys, the Saints are done.
They're not going to be 500, but they're probably the second best team in the
right. And that's exactly what I feel, Dave. And that's why I think the Bucs literally, and this is what I hope. And this is not what Brady does, and this is not what Arians does. So I'm hoping beyond hope. But I would love if we're up by 5 games in the division, put Tom Brady, let him come out, play a quarter. And then put Kyle Trask in the game. Let him get work. Let's get the dude work. Let's find out whether it was worth it or not.
Do you want to go the Green Bay route, though? Yeah, let's throw Jordan Love out there. Oh, crap, that was a bad idea.
Jordan Love just
if we find out it's a bad idea, okay, that you're accomplishing something. You're finding out it was a bad idea.
Now you're starting to think like I am, Rick, and I 100% agree.
If you're up by 5 games, who cares?
Do you want to know why? Wouldn't it be great if Tom Brady started his career by retiring Bledsoe's? Wouldn't it be kind of funny if Kyle Trask were to right after retire Tom Brady? It would be kind of funny.
Well, I mean,
is it his greatness?
I think what
Brady
David
went to the
Turnier says is we got to see what Trask is. He needs to be Brady's backup this year. You know, I'm gonna say I would be okay if they bring back Blaine Gabbert and let Gabbert play some. Okay, Andrew. I did not know you feel this way. I was kind of excited about it. I was kind of looking forward to seeing Gabbert out there because he knows the offense.
Yep. And we've seen other teams do it too, like the Davis Mills with the Tyrod Taylor, though the injury that kind of happened there too, and like some of the suspensions we've seen around the league. Like I don't mind it either. It would have been like, throw Blaine Gabbert out there for 5 games, and if he goes 3-2 and you're not sold with him, you can throw Trask in for 3 or 4 games, and you just you see what the offense could be. You see that the Byron Leftwich, if he has the ability to actually take the HC, I had no problems with that. Only if we didn't get the ultimate, package of going for the Super Bowl again this year. Now, obviously, that is basically all completely changed. And I think all of those roster spots are going back to those vets again for this year. And I think Kyle Trask is just going to smile. All right, guys, cool. But I'll be here when Brady's gone, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what? It might be one of those things, too, where Arians, and this might be a complete hypothetical, might be one of those things where Jason Light and Bruce Arians and Byron Leftwich and Todd Bowles, they already know exactly what Kyle Trask is going to be. He's done it somewhere, he may have
he didn't do it in practice this year. And that's the reason I say they don't know yet, is because he literally didn't take a snap.
Just in the
scout
rookie
team,
the scout team, and
emulating other quarterbacks. He is not. He's gotten a film room, but he's not taking a snap. And
when practice, we're talking practice.
Yes, we are.
And it's funny because the quarterbacks that went, I think, back to back, or respectively close to it in that draft with Trask and then Davis Mills and Kellen Mond. Trask and Kellen Mond have not seen the field at all. We do not know exactly what they are at all. And Davis Mills is now being built around, right, in Houston.
Right.
So, some people have even asked too, did we pick the wrong quarterback? Because I personally would have liked Davis Mills, but I understand why, because the kid was from Florida and he has good traits to him. So,
I refuse to look at the Texans and say maybe we should have done what the Texans did ever.
You know what? Will Smith back as your head coach?
They are the new Buccaneers. They are the new Buccaneers as far as, thank God for the Texans, because we look pretty good now.
I just meant more that the fact that they gave Davis Mills a shot because they had nobody else to do it, and with only one wide receiver. They did
have somebody else. They had Deshaun Watson.
Well, they couldn't play him though.
He was even under contract.
No, he was. I mean,
he
wasn't suspended. He could have played him.
They just said we're not playing him.
Yeah, they put him next.
Okay,
it makes no sense what they did.
I would really want to be a Texans season ticket holder.
Yeah, right. Get your binoculars out and watch you drink beer.
I have a plan to improve the Bucs special teams.
Okay.
The Bucs do not need a quarterbacks coach. It's irrelevant. There's no need for it. So take that money and go upgrade your special teams coach, and so then the special teams will be better.
Yeah, Rich Bisaccia was available.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was just about to ask.
Yeah, would have been nice to bring him back to Tampa, but yeah. Okay,
if you're the quarterbacks coach, or you're like
Ellie Belizaire said, "Good evening. I have a question. If Tom Brady wins a championship, do you believe Tom Brady is going to stay with Tampa Bay?"
Nope.
No. I think if he wins a championship, he's retiring.
I think after the season, he's doing his own retirement.
Probably.
I think literally when the last game happens, he's going to text or call Adam Schefter and be like, "You shut your mouth for a day until I get my way. Because if you do this again, I'll come back and I'll haunt your team and I'll do it again. I'll even go to your team and I'll haunt your team."
I got to say this, Andrew, over your shoulder, you have a poster of Venom.
Yeah. Actually, that's
it looks like a bikini.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Is this like the VHS cover of Species then? Like Species 3 or 4?
I don't know. I was looking at it and I was like, I don't know if I'm uncomfortable. Because I know you well enough to know you could wear that.
Oh,
You just might wear it if it was a bikini.
Damn right I would. Actually, no, it's an artist's painting. It's I don't have like it's pinned to the wall, but I have the pins like through the plastic covering and stuff. So
okay.
It's actually like I've apparently it's only like there's only a few of them left and stuff like that. But like I watched them paint it live, and I was like, wow, it's gorgeous.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Hey,
all right, guys, we have run a little bit long. It's been a lot of fun. Andrew, tell everybody where they can find you.
In my now melting hole here in Canada, like everything, all the stuff.
It sounds a little weird.
I'm in my basement, man. Like I'm leaking over there. I'm leaking over there.
And Andrew talking about his melting hole in his basement.
Whoa. And you can find me here on Saturdays at North Sports Dynasty. Also on Bucs Report. We do the Saturday show. I sometimes do live from the Chief Seats on Sunday. I'm currently taking a break from that, but obviously with all this Buccaneers news, I might have to actually start doing it again. And yeah, when I randomly pop up on some of the guys' shows here, like when Rick invites me. So appreciate you guys having me on.
You got it. Thank you for being here, brother.
No worries, guys. We'll talk to you again soon.
See ya.
See you, Andrew.
Matt.
Yes.
Tell everybody where to find you.
I got a little something.
What?
OBJ is open to the Browns for a return if they'll have him. Imagine that. All right. So
with Deshaun Watson. Yeah. Big shot.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. He wants another ring. Okay. Well, anyway, I'm Matt from OKC. Saturday nights, 9:00 Eastern. You can catch our show, the Buck Wild Show. And we do pretty much what we're doing here, but not nearly as well. Just enough to have a little fun. And
you guys do quite
conversation. Well. Oh, we try. But anyway, that's what I do. I'm here on Saturday nights. Andrew's up before me. And
9:00.
We'll get you up and running. So
it's a good show, everybody.
Show.
I know most of you probably watch it, but if you don't, I suggest catching it. Buck Wild Saturday nights at 9. Thanks, Matt.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
Have a great one, Matt. Thank you.
All right, Dave.
Yeah.
Lots of fun, brother. Lots of fun. We went longer than normal, but I do want to cover one more thing with just you, if that's cool. Mm-hmm. And that is, I want to talk about everybody, like lots of people say, oh, we don't have the money. We can't afford to pay this guy. We paid this guy too much. We shouldn't have paid Lenny this as much as we did. Or, everybody has opinions about how much we should pay. Your day job, you're a money guy. Tell me if you understand or think like I do. I just don't care what they pay. I mean, I look at it and say, Jason Light and the Bucs staff and the salary cap folks have a plan. They know what they're doing. Yeah, I don't care. I mean, am I wrong about that? Am I crazy about that?
Well, as we have seen through the years with this salary cap, there's ways around it. And I think what they do is they look at it and they're like, these are our pillars and these are who we want. I mean, you do have to play it's like a Rubik's Cube. You can't pay too much for a running back because you got to have your wide receivers and your quarterback, et cetera, et cetera. I think what they seem to be, their strategy is, it seems to be working. There's certain guys they bring in, then they figure out how to make the cap work. Whether that's Mike Evans restructuring for the 52nd time, they somehow seem to make it work.
Well, now you have to be under the cap. It's not, you can't go over the cap. Now, at the start of the league year, you've got to be under the cap. So they have to restructure before they bring him in. That's why Gronk hasn't re-signed, by the way, because they're just not worried about it. They'll deal with that later.
Right. And they do that. You get rid of salary cap by you get rid of players. I mean, they'll make that fit. I mean, as long as you are within a certain range, you have some leeway where you can, quote unquote, make it fit. It may hurt a little, but you can still make it fit. And then again, that's why they're waiting on Sue and Gronk and
JPP
and people like that. They'll wait. I mean, and that's not going to break the bank, any of those signings.
Right.
As long as you can get under, if you're close enough to get under the cap.
Right. And they can always do things to get under the cap. They have that ability. They got more players they can restructure. And everybody thinks when you're restructuring, it means you're making less. The player's making less. Maybe the opposite, guys. It may be that they're getting more money up front right now. Okay, and it's weird how it works, guys. But don't think when Mike Evans, I joke around saying, well, is he paying the Bucs to play for them now because he's restructured so many times? Dude's getting his money. Okay, he's not. Mike Evans is not hurting. Don't feel bad for Mike Evans. Mike Evans is making his money. All right. Just like Chris Godwin, who signed this big mega contract, but his cap hit went down. There are ways to finagle the numbers, and that's what this team will do. And I think right now, just don't worry about the cap, guys. Get who you want to get. There are ways there are ways they can work the numbers and make it all happen. I mean, for years we've been hearing the Saints are done because of the salary cap. The Saints are done, and they always manage to find the money and do something to find the money. Same thing's going to happen with the Bucs, guys. When it comes to salary cap, everybody calm down. We're fine.
I mean, Jameis Winston was a free agent. The Saints had to make "quote unquote" room for him. Right,
and they did. And that everybody just relax. When it comes to the salary cap, we're fine. We're fine. I want to thank you guys for being here. Heck of a show. A lot of fun. Went way long. Thank you for your patience, Dave, and hanging around. And I think it was a good time. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Probably will be here next Tuesday, but it's the off season. Who knows? I'm sure we'll have enough news over this next week to make that happen. If it happens to be a very, very slow week, maybe we won't be here on Tuesday, but I'm guessing we will. So guys, thank you for being here. Dave, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Once again, guys, it's a really great time to be a Buccaneers fan. I mean, it's really weird that it's this good of a time to be a Bucs fan again. Karma's been smiling on this team for years after year after year after year, decade after decade of embarrassment and horror.
We're the it team still.
Yeah, and it's guys, we're projected to go to the Super Bowl in the NFC by Vegas. All right, look, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Enjoy the season. Look, injuries are going to happen. Surprises are going to happen. Good stuff's going to happen. Bad stuff's going to happen. That's why we come here and watch all this. But be a Bucs fan. Be a Bucs fan. Stick with it. All right? Stick with it. Go Bucs. Go Bucs. Go Bucs.